कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गिरिवरधा यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय जगन्नाथ सुभद्रा महारानी की श्री श्री गौरताई की श्री पद्मावती वेंकटेश्वर बालाजी की श्रील प्रभुपाद की समावेत गौर भक्त वृंद की कलयुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्रील प्रभुपाद की ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमा ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः।
Hare Krishna. So last time we completed Prabhuji around 6 questions.
6 or 9 questions, I think.
6.
It's only sure. Okay.
6 because one to you gave class also as
Okay.
a theme. That's why. Question number 7. We say Krishna possesses 64 qualities and Rama has only 60 qualities.
No, that is 64 only. I don't know why. Actually, there is no difference between Krishna and Rama. When we actually, I think Amogila Prabhu said this in one lecture. So one person in Attapur also quoted that Radheshyam Prabhu, why you said like this? And I said, I never said that, I said. Then he had asked this question to His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. So Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj wrote a mail to me. Radheshyam, why did you say like this? You Rama possesses 16, Krishna possesses 64. Maharaj, I never said that, I said. Then the Attapur devotee wrote back. Then he found out and said, not you didn't say that, Amogila Prabhu said that. So Amogila Prabhu said that you should ask whom? You should ask Amogila Prabhu. Yeah. Because I never made that point. Generally, we should, if Prabhupada says that, we can repeat that. But I have not heard Prabhupada say that.
Yes. So maybe they are asking from that point of view, Narayana has 60 qualities.
Narayana has
that
60.
point. So they may be equating Narayana with Lord Ram.
Correct.
So that might be the question.
Correct. If you're saying, Prabhupada says that clearly, Krishna has 64, Narayana has 60, and Shiva has 55, and all Jivas have 50, including Brahma and everybody like that. Yes.
So Lord Narayana and Lord Ram are not in the same category.
No, they are in Vishnu Tattva category, but in qualities, Rasatmak Roop se dekha jai, from that point of view.
Rama also has 60.
Just like, for example, even any of these boys, when they go to college, they wear pant, shirt, different type of dress.
Yes.
When they are at home, they wear different dress. So the rasas they exchange in college are different from the rasas they exchange at home.
Yes.
Correct, no? The home thing is more intimate. The college and profession is much different. Like that, from that point of view, because the Sarvadbhuta Chamatkara, that verse which says the 4 qualities, all 4 are related to rasa, if you see.
Okay.
For example, if you Bhakta Madhuri, Leela Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri. See, Lord Rama also has childhood pastimes, which are not so much spoken, but they may not be as elaborate as Krishna.
That is it.
Yeah. There are pastimes of Ram with Ram, Bharat, Lakshman, Shatrughan. There are 5-6 pastimes I have heard.
Yes.
Like the pastimes Lord had with Vasishtha. And then amongst the children while playing, they had some pastimes. That time Mantra also is there. She is a Kubudi that time also.
Okay.
There are some pastimes. So, but we don't hear childhood pastimes of Narayana.
Yeah.
Correct, no? So from a rasa point of view, the 4 qualities of Krishna, Bhakta Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, Leela Madhuri. These 4 are the ones which are making Krishna different from Narayana mainly.
Yes.
Yes.
Question 8. I sometimes feel very scared to do some seva where I may end up hurting devotees, as I might do Vaishnava Parad. How to understand and do such services?
Actually, dealing with deities or dealing with devotees, both are compared to fire. Dealing with fire. If somebody says, "Oh, I am so afraid of fire that I've decided not to cook in the kitchen, I'll better eat in the hotel." Huh? If somebody says, huh? So then there's no possibility of cooking any nice food at home. Correct, no? Hmm. Similarly, see, the fire scorches, if you see, the fire heats the sabji or the rice and cooks very nice food. Huh? But fire has to be used in a calibrated way. Like you have this regulator in a gas cylinder, correct, no? Gas cylinder regulator. So if the regulator is not there, what will happen? There can be a explosion, which can destroy a whole house. Huh? So everybody knows the LPG you have in your cylinder that comes as a liquid, huh? Liquefied petroleum gas, LPG. When it comes out, it comes as gas. So, but that has to be strictly, very carefully protected. It's inflammable. The right also in the lorry is under. So, who doesn't know it is dangerous? Everybody knows it's dangerous. But although it is dangerous, it has a productive value also. Same with the deities and devotees also. Like somebody says devotees wearing tilak, my lord, even Yamaduras consider that dangerous. Yeah. But Yamaduras don't know how to associate with devotees and take advantage, which Yamaraj knows. Correct, no? So, because Yamadutas tend to be very aggressive and offensive, so they find it difficult to associate. So, Yamaraj told them, better you keep away. Like that he said. But as far as we are concerned, we are taught that approach the devotees, inoffensively and in a very careful manner. Then you can take the advantageous part of a devotee. Krishna also, ye me matamidam manutishtanti manavaha Shraddhavanto, anasuyanto, muchante tebi karmabhi. Ye tadabhyasuyanto na anutishtanti me matam. Sarva jnana vimudamstan vidyanasthana chetasaya. See, in one verse he gives you blessing, another verse he gives you curse. First verse he says, Ye me matamidam nityam anutishtanti. If you follow my instructions, Arjun, Shraddhavanto, with great transcendental faith, anasuyanto, without envious of me. Muchante, you become liberated and go back to Godhead, he says. Next verse he says, yat tadabhya suyanto na anutishtanti me matam. If out of envy for me, some jiva says, I don't care for your instructions, Krishna, do. You say whatever you want, I will do manmani. If he says, sarva jnana vimudhamstan, you will simply become bewildered with no knowledge, he says. You'll become a mudha, fool, he says. Vidyanashtan, achetasa, you'll become Krishna unconscious. So if you want to become Krishna, Krishna says, because you didn't obey my instruction to become Krishna, unconscious. And you will be destroyed, you'll go to hell, he says. So both Krishna says, this is not the only place. I can show you dozens of places in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna will always say two verses. One verse, if you do the right thing, you get this. If you do the wrong thing, you get that. Same thing with devotee. If you rightly associate with devotee, you get the right thing. If any of you staying in the center is becoming very offensive, it is better for you to stay out, a little away, and only come attend the morning program, you know, to chant with the devotees, hear the class, take prasad, and go away. From a distance, you associate. Of course, many people tried that, they went to Maya also. Because they thought that I will keep a distance from devotees, but then when they kept the distance from devotees, then they became allured by Maya also. And then they stopped coming to the center. So now you may say, why Lord has made the world so difficult? You live with devotees, you commit offenses. If you go outside, you go to Maya. Spiritual life is not that easy. So let me ask you a question. You join an IT company. If you say, I am a graduate engineering trainee, आराम से रहूंगा कंपनी में, ज़्यादा काम नहीं करूंगा. You stay in that position for you, I will challenge you, they will throw you out. They will put you in the bench and then they will show you, that's a door, they will show you. They will show you will see that. So in companies today, if you don't keep abreast of the market, what is going on in the world around you, and you have to be up to the date, cutting edge technology, if you have to know it, and they have to see that you are perseverant, you are hardworking, you are also knowledgeable, you have global connectivity, you have good relationship with the colleagues also, you are a smart worker, not a hard worker, you are a good thinker, and you can gel with people and work, then only they keep you in the company nowadays. Otherwise, throw you out. Will you say in the company that, why are you expecting so many qualities from me? Aram nahi kar sakta hun kya? No. Material life, spiritual life, no aram. If you want aram, then you can't get ram. It is said. Correct, no? So, no place. You can ask Prabhuji, your Sarvatma Prabhu, even in college, if you are a teacher, uh, say you are a tuition teacher, so your success is determined based on the satisfaction of the students, correct or not? If students tell in the tuition center, this teacher is not a good teacher, then they will show you the door. They will say that bye-bye. They don't give you good fat salary. On the other hand, teachers who are good teachers, they get 1.5, 2 lakh per month also. There are teachers who get. That means performance is required everywhere. So in spiritual life also, you don't, in spiritual life performance is what? Inoffensive behavior. Like, the squirrel did not offend Hanuman. He tried to put the stone, small stone. So even though his capacity was small, Ram did not reject him. Ram said, you can be of less capacity to do service, but you should be inoffensive. That is the condition in spiritual life. Whereas in company, you should be inoffensive also while dealing with your colleagues. Plus, you have to have a very high capacity also. Correct or not? In companies, if you aren't a high performer nowadays, it's very difficult to survive in companies. Whereas in bhakti, you don't have to be a high performer. Your high performance is measured based on in the inoffensive dealings. You have to be inoffensive on one hand, non-blasphemous, inoffensive dealings. And whatever capacity God has given you, render service to the best. So yes, while dealing with devotees or dealing with deities, it's like fire. One has to exercise caution, and one should not have a material outlook towards. See, if you become a manager or a mentor, it's even more difficult for you. Why? Because you have to see faults in people and correct them. For example, if any Vaishnavas are mischievous, for example, they are escaping service, kamchor, you have to catch them by the ears and correct them. Who can correct? Only if you are inoffensive. Like, most of the people who became managers and corrected, they are not here. They have left ISKCON and gone away. Because they became offensive and they found fault with either juniors or equals or seniors and they've gone away. So, if somebody is continuing in ISKCON, he is able to correct people, but he doesn't become offensive. This is not a very easy thing. Lord Krishna also, he knows how to rectify the false pride of Indra. Correct, no? At the same time, his heart is full of compassion also. He forgives him and allows him to continue in the post. He is correcting the vicious mentality of Putana by killing her. But he is giving her the position of nurse in the spiritual world, by which his compassion becomes evident. Correct, no? So only a manager who combine compassion with punishment, only he can survive. So that is a bigger service for you as a mentor or as a OC or a PM and all. It's a very bigger service, and brahmachari also. It's a bigger service. But in your level, if you feel you're having some tussle with devotees, you have to work on improving the relationship by learning to see devotees with a spiritual outlook rather than material outlook. Yes. Next.
Question 9. How to choose a spiritual master when we can hardly get personal association of Maharajas? Is there any indication that we get that now is the right time to choose a spiritual master? Something like inspiration from heart, counselor's indication, or any turning events that happen in our life. How and when to choose a spiritual master? Because there are so many spiritual masters, and in our conditional stage, it is difficult to get the above mentioned inspiration, etc. I am unable to decide about spiritual master, whom I listen to, whom to follow, because sometimes I decide to follow Maharaj, but unable to get association of his and his disciples. Due to this, I am confused. Who is the right one?
It's very easy to choose a spiritual master. Say you are geographically located in one place. Naturally, you come across certain spiritual masters whom you get to see. Like say you are in Pune now, you get to see Parampuja Gopalakrishna Maharaj, Parampuja Lokanath Swami Maharaj, Parampuja Radhanath Maharaj. These people are in the generation where they are Prabhupada disciples. Then you also get to see the next generation, His Holiness Bhakti Prem Maharaj, His Holiness Haladhar Maharaj, they all have become gurus also now. Next generation also you see them. So in this way, you get to see certain gurus who come to this area. There are others who are going to become gurus. His Holiness Prabodhananda Saraswati Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Vaishnava Ashraya Maharaj, correct now? So they are all coming now. So in this way, make a list of the gurus whom you have seen and you have heard. Make make a beginning of that. And there are also gurus whom you have not seen, but you have heard, say, His Holiness Indraduna Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj. Like that, there are people abroad. And you may not have seen them directly, or you might have occasionally seen them, or you have heard from them on YouTube, but you are very inspired. So make a list of all these Maharaj whom you have seen closely and whom you have not seen. And amongst them, find out when you heard their lectures, you know, with some of them, your heart would be resonating. You are able to understand what they are speaking. Inspiration is not something we have to tell you what is inspiration, that you know it already. So it's not that, Prabhuji, if I eat gulab jamun, how is it? You will not ask that. That I don't have to tell you. It's an experience, you yourself know what it is. Similarly, inspiration means something, and that inspiration we feel with multiple Vaishnavas. I have a dozen Vaishnavas from whom I draw inspiration from. So, therefore, first of all, make a list of those Vaishnavas whom you saw, you heard, something touched you about them. Make a list. After making the list, amongst them you find whom are you drawn to very much, whom you want to listen more. You want to listen more, you want to associate more. For who are the Vaishnavas for whom that longing develops? Initial thing is you like it. And liking and longing is not the same. Okay, I like it. Whenever he comes, I go to listen, I like it. Longing means you search. Oh, can I get more lectures of this Prabhu or this Maharaj? You have a longing. So then make a list of those whose association you are longing. Longing that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be only for hearing the lecture. Hearing lecture is one thing. Another thing is you are attracted by his magnetic qualities, his behavior, his mission also. Some people are attracted, for example, Bhakti Raghava Maharaj. He is embarking on Varnashrama. So some boys have attraction for cow protection, farm and everything. So they want to know more about him, correct? No? Some people are attracted to the Paramahansa Lokanath Swami's holy name spreading all over the world. And some are attracted to, His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj's congregational development all over the world, multiplying thousands of devotees, isn't it? All over like that. Some are attracted to Paramahansa Radhagovind Maharaj's Bhagavatam presentation. Some are attracted to Anand Swami's community building. So each person you will find that, like Paramahansa Gopalakrishna Maharaj stands for book distribution, correct? No? Expanding ISKCON temples, and he is temple centered. He tells all his disciples, wherever you go to the ISKCON temple. Go for every Sunday. So his emphasis is staying temple connected and distributing books. That's his main thing. So each one has a mission. Is his mission attractive for you? Are his lectures attractive for you? Is his good qualities attractive for you? And based on that is a longing developing in your heart for somebody, to longing for association. So this is not only with the Diksha Gurus. Even the Shiksha that you get, you will see that some people's Shiksha exactly matches for some people's hearts. Like Pranavanand Prabhu. Now all the Telugu people, they find it very comfortable to hear from him. He is very famous in Telugu circles, correct now? Similarly, some devotees' hearts connect with certain preachers from whom they draw a lot of energy from them. How do you know you are drawing energy? Because by hearing their lectures, you are convinced. By hearing their lectures, you become more serious in spiritual life. By hearing their lectures, you see transformation happening in your life on a practical level. Whereas on the other hand, there are many preachers, they may bombard you. So much you may hear, but you don't change at all. Therefore, your Shiksha Gurus are... Actually, Diksha Guru also has to be Shiksha Guru also. Because the Diksha Guru also gives Shiksha. Prabhupada gives Shiksha, Diksha Guru gives Shiksha, Shiksha Gurus give Shiksha, correct, no? There are 3 Shikshas you are getting. So, you are either inspired by and develop a longing to hear when you hear the Shiksha. Or you are developing a longing to associate with him for his mission, for which he stands for. Or you are developing a longing based on his good behavior, good qualities. Like His Holiness Bhakti Prem Maharaj, people say he is very, very wonderful Vaishnava. To associate with personally, if you see, he is so sincere, so simple-hearted, and so dedicated. He dances with all devotees. He is unassuming. Some people like him for that. Every Vaishnava has certain highlights, correct? No? Like, if you say Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, what does it stand for? No hypocrisy. Huh? You know, he will explode Maya. Huh? He stands for certain things. Huh? If you remember Prabhupada, immediately we remember Mayavadis, Kandan. Huh? Correct, I remember. And all Maya will flee away. Prabhupada. So every Acharya, every Guru stands for something. So his qualities may charm you. Hmm? His mission may charm you. His instructions and teachings may charm you. Find out longing. Huh? So then write down, these are the, although I've seen 15, 20 people, 5, 6 of them there, I feel a longing for them. Then those whom you are feeling longing for, go to their projects. If Paramir Gopakshana Maharaj, you want to know, go and stay in Delhi for a month, before you take up the job or something. Go and stay and watch the Glory of India project, correct, no? And also, Maharaja's disciples are there, like His Grace Mohan Prabhu, His Grace Rukmini Krishna Prabhu, and many other seniors there. Associate with them, ask questions to them about what does Maharaj stand for. Correct, no? Nowadays, Mohan Prabhu is producing short clips of, I think, 3-4 minutes clips some people have made about Maharaja's qualities, Maharaja's mission, what he stands for. So these are available now. It's very easy for you to know what does the Guru stand for, and how did he develop the project and everything. Similarly, want to know about his own Ranath Maharaj, Jeev is there, Chowpatty temple is there. Spend some time there. At least 2 weeks, because taking Guru is a serious thing. Imagine if any of you is going to get married to a girl, will you just pick up anybody? Your parents get into sambandhis, come together, and how many questions, how many expectations they put. 2 dozen expectations they will put, everything matched, they will see. Because it's a lifelong you are going to live with that woman. Similarly, Guru also, it's not a lifelong, eternally you have to stay with him, correct? No? So better that you do research. Hmm. Go and spend some time. Similarly, you want to know his holiness Jayapatra Swami Maharaj. In South India, he has a very big following in South India and Mayapur, and also all the Gulf countries. And there are his disciples very vigorously preaching, very sincere people preaching. If you come and tell me that, Prabhuji, I want to know more about Jayapatra Maharaj, I'll connect you to Radheshyam Prabhu in Bangalore, and you can go and spend time. He will connect you to many senior people. Even there is his personal servant, what is his name? One who is serving Maharaj. Uh, Mahavara Prabhu. Mahavara Prabhu. So Mahavara Prabhu is accessible. Hmm. And if you want to know about any guru, you ask Pranavanand Prabhu. The only thing is he has spoken in Telugu about a dozen gurus he has spoken. Huh? One lecture he has spoken 1 hour. I can tell him to speak it in English also. He can speak. So in this way, you can get some elaboration about each guru, who is right now giving Diksha also, and he is on the planet also, and you can know about them. So you had a longing, and you have got time to spend there with them. Some of them give you access to meet them personally, like His Holiness Gopakshana Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj. You can meet personally. Some of them allow you service also. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj will allow you to massage his feet also. You can wash his clothes, cook for him, go and meet him. You can give him a card, talk to him also. He allows such access. And Paramji Gopal Maharaj, when he comes to Pune, you can go into his room and at least offer obeisances and see him and come. So they go in, all the people, 200, 300, 400 people go like that. It's allowed like that. Many Maharajas allow. Now, Rana Swami Maharaj, that's not possible. Huh? You can only see him on the stage or see him on the altar, that's all. Huh? He doesn't entertain personal meetings so easily. Although, if somebody is getting married, immediately after marriage, they want blessings, they are allowed. You can go and meet husband, wife, they meet, offer obeisances. Or if you are taking saffron brahmachari, you can go and take saffron clothes from him. These kind of things he allows. Occasional, brief meetings one can have. Otherwise, not in a regular fashion, crowds of people regularly meeting him. You only meet the leaders generally, like that. So now you get an idea about all these people. So what are my needs now? Some boys say, Prabhu, I need personal touch of the Guru. I want, like, is one Indran Swami Maharaj replies to emails also. Huh? If you write a mail, he replies. There are certain gurus like that. But other gurus, you cannot get reply very easily. Rana Swami Maharaj, when I send reports also, he will not reply mail, but he will see the mail. When I meet him personally, then he will say, I have seen it. You have mentioned these things very nice, he will say. But you can't get replies very easily. Only for certain things he replies. If somebody is in deathbed, somebody is going to get some, terminal operation and things like that, then Maharaj will reply 1 or 2 lines, reply. I pray to Radha Gopinath, like that you will reply. Otherwise, you don't get replies very easily. So, therefore, if your need is, there are some devotees who can just hear the lectures and stay under the shelter of counselor system, and they can go on for life. Huh? And initiation also will come very slow in this, correct? No? One is ready for it. Then one should go to him. If somebody wants personal touch, now you need personal touch. You also have a longing for that guru. You like the sound vibration of the guru. Then you go and connect with him. If in this way, if you zoom gradually, it will come to four, then three, then two. Finally, you will find one. It's not very difficult. And in case you say, no, no, Prabhuji, still there are two, that means you have to wait. There are two people, I have equal attraction, then you wait. And when that very strong attraction comes at a certain point, that is the time you, like iron rod is hot, then you beat it, you can change the shape. In smithy shop, you do. Similarly, once your attraction for Guru becomes very prominent, you will see that this is the person I was looking for, I got in my life, and I will become his faithful follower. But once you, like one person was having a house program, he was having some 80, 100 people coming. And then he took initiation from His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Maharaj. And Maharaj told him within a month after initiation, you leave this home and you come to farm. Huh? And he said, Maharaj, but I am doing a good program in my house, I'm organizing. So he said, no, 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 my activities are all in the farm. Maharaj said, next time I come in the car, if you call me to your house, I can't put my leg in the cement. I want to put only in the earth. Huh? He said, my God, he got shocked. So he met one senior devotee and said, Prabhuji, this I didn't know before initiation. Huh? पहले पता चलता तो हम तो 2 बार सोचते थे. Huh? That you cannot say. Huh? His Holiness Bhakti Dir Damodar Maharaj, somebody joined in Kanpur. So he called him that you come to that another project where my disciples are there and my followers are there. I want you to be there. Sometimes they may call like that. But there are certain gurus who will never do that. Like Paramji Gopaksha Maharaj, whichever temple you join, stay there only. If you go to other temple, he will scold you. Hey, why are you here in Juhu? Go there. Go back to Pune, he will say. Similarly, Ranath Maharaj, he doesn't care which temple you are in. He says, you be under some counselor, that's all. He gives counselors too much weight. And temple presidents and counselors, and he knows his followers only through them. Like once Maharaj was telling the Gauranga Prabhu in the car. Gauranga Prabhu said, Maharaj, here's a list of boys I want you to initiate. Now I handed them over to you, now I am liberated. As the Gauranga Prabhu was saying. Maharaj turned in the car and said, what? Do you know that when I initiate them, part of this karma will come to you also? Maharaj, how? We are just connecting people to you. You are the Guru, you are initiating them. It is between you and them. Maharaj said, no, I know these people through you. So I trust you because you are recommending, therefore I am initiating. How is it possible for me to know thousands of people? I can't be in touch with everybody. But you are sheltering them, you are raising them, and you are telling me that you are vouching for them to me. Therefore I am, and then I am vouching on behalf of you to Krishna. And Guru, I am doing that. So part of karma for me, part for you also. And then Gauranga, Hare Baap, you are saying it. How dangerous it is. अभी तो लिस्ट को वापस देखना पड़ेगा. Then he saw the list and said, maybe 4 or 5 you have to cut now. Some thought we thought they're borderline. Now borderline we cannot send now. Maharaj said, yes. That is why Maharaj said, I don't give very quickly. He said, I take 8 or 10 years sometimes to give. Why? Because there's a tendency in the leaders to quickly push people. And when you quickly push people to forward, what happens? Then Guru suffers. According to Shastra, Guru gets duswapnam also. He gets bad dreams, he gets health issues, terrible problems he gets. That's because the senior disciples want to increase the number of disciples for the Guru. They quickly bring. Sometimes Gurus also quickly accept also. And then they suffer also later on. So he was telling once that I am delaying purposefully because when you delay, what happens? People are longing for initiation. They're praying for initiation. In that longing and praying, some people cry also. In some places when I go, Matajis come and cry. Radheshyam, Maharaj is not giving. And I said, Maharaj told you can take from any Guru. No, I don't want to go to any other Guru. I want from Maharaj only. One husband, wife are crying to me. 1 hour they took from me. I said, you can cry to me, but I cannot give you initiation. Maharaj only has to give. What can I do? I am telling, this is how everybody makes chutney of you. Huh? Here they cry. When you go and ask Maharaj, Maharaj, they are talking about initiation. Maharaj say, next question. Huh? He will not answer. So you don't get any answer from here also, and these people come and cry also. Huh? So it's a very big problem it is. Huh? Very big problem. So different gurus have different standards, expectations, correct now? So now I hope it's clear now. Huh? Now how do you choose a guru? So once you choose a guru, then and another thing, when after taking Diksha Guru, there are also people who live in remote places. They may not get to regularly meet the Guru, correct? No? Then they have to live under the local temple authorities, local mentors, and take guidance and go on with life. Wherever, like Mrigari was somewhere in the forest and Narada comes occasionally to see him. That doesn't mean Mrigari cannot advance. He is faithfully following instructions of Guru. The Guru lives in a sound vibration and the follower lives with him. When I was going to Pune, some Bombay, people were saying, Radheshyam, you're going away from Chowpatty to another place. How are you going to survive? And people are asking. But we survive by taking Guru's instructions seriously. Our survival and our flourishing in spiritual life happens by faithfully following instructions. Next.
Hare Krishna. Question 10. How to get absorbed in hearing, reading, and chanting when we have loads of services?
Yeah. Actually, the services and sadhana and swadhyaya balance is required. Sadhana and swadhyaya are on one side, and services for the upliftment of the world is on the other side. We generally tend to gravitate more towards which one? Huh? What we like. We tend to gravitate towards that. And majority of the people like services because services are more thrilling and passionate and they match with our passion. So you go out, you call the people, you mentor them, you guide them, you preach to them, and it is endless. There is no end for that. And some people tend to gravitate towards Shastric study. They go deeper and deeper. They study very Acharya's commentary, they study different books and everything. And they're smiling on their own, saying, oh, wow, what a wonderful, such wonderful Leela. And whole world is on fire outside. They don't care about the world. They are in another, their own happiness, like that. So, Swame Mukti Kaman, and Krishna, Prahlad Maharaj says, they want to liberate only themselves only. They don't care about the world. So, Prabhupada did not like us to be Bhajananandis. He wanted us to preach. But in the name of preaching, if you go too far, then we are likely to become weakened in our consciousness, correct? No? So, we have to balance. So, one example Radha Gopinath Prabhu gives. He said in one village there was a farmer who had a overflowing well water. So all the other farmers were running dry, their wells. So they all came with their buckets and asked, you have overflowing well, so much water in your well, can you please give us? He said, why not? Then there was a queue of farmers. Everybody took one bucket and went, and he was giving them liberally. He was giving. One farmer saw this and he brought a 80 HP motor and said, can we put this 80 HP motor and draw water from my house continuously from you? He said, okay, no problem. So he put it, he started drawing water like that. Now others saw that, they thought, we also want to put our pump also, because your well has a lot of water we will take. So everybody started drawing water. See, this has a very deep analogical meaning. What is it? A devotee who is overflowing in ecstasy in ISKCON by dint of his sincere practice, he is compared to the overflowing well water. And people who come with buckets, they want to draw inspiration from him. So they invite him for lectures. Prabhuji, can you come and give lecture? Inspire us, inspire us. People call you. If you are a singer, everybody wants you to sing. If you are a speaker, everybody wants you to speak like that. And you become more famous, you'll be pulled everywhere. The more you become popular, you become like a star, correct, no? Then everybody pulls you. Then you also become into. You go here, you go there. Eventually what happens? When more and more buckets are going out, now somebody putting a 80 HP pump and drawing means what? They want you to regularly come to that temple. Some people call you. They say yearly you come 3 times, 4 times. They call you. And then how many pumps can you accommodate like that? Multiple temples, you go regularly. And then your whole year's schedule can become top completely. Now this farmer saw his well water went down, 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 down. Now it started touching ground. Very little water was there. Ground level was seen below. Sandy ground, he saw that. So he understood the water is running dry. Now he himself did not have water. So at that time he realized, my Lord, charity is good, but charity begins at home. I didn't take care of myself. I'm running dry. Now his wife is shouting, what is this? You have given out, and we don't have water for ourselves. Like that. So then what you should do, you should connect his well to a vast reservoir of water somewhere. Right now. Then from that reservoir, he has to keep on replenishing the water here. And then when his well should always be full, then he can supply that much. And that vast reservoir of water is, hearing and chanting, which you do from Prabhupada, your Guru and Vaishnavas. So you are getting hearing and chanting and growing very nicely. Then you are also able to keep giving out. This is the main reason why I travel by train. Like when somebody said, Prabhu, Calcutta, 36 hours travel you are doing. We will give you a flight. Quickly you can come. I said, quickly, I don't want to come. Quickly, if I go from here to there quickly, there to there quickly, where is time to read? Yeah. Suppose you have come to temple peacefully, you can sit and read. Where is peacefully? You go to any temple, during prasadam also people catch you. In prasadam also meeting is happening. Once I am going to bathroom to pass the lavatory soul, and the devotee is saying, Prabhu, from inside only you can answer. They don't allow you to pass also. you know, you know. So how can you get any time? Once you go to a temple, all devotees pounce upon you. And when you're walking from the Vyasas and back, even in Mayapur, Utkarsh camp, when you get down from the Vyasas and you're going, a group of boys catch you and they go with you in a group to the room. So, therefore, I escape from this type of attack when I'm going in the train. There I can go to birth. There's no threatening. It's a non-threatening atmosphere there. Then you open Bhagavatam and peacefully read 20 hours, 30 hours you can read. So that is the time I have a connection with the reservoir. Then you bring water into your well. Similarly, each of you should get time to escape from your, services also. How do you do that? Sometime when you are going home, don't go by flight, go by train. And train also, don't be looking at the scenic beauty. Go up and get into reading. Correct, no? Get into reading. That's the best time. When you get some time, you should read. So I would say that you need to observe your reading and hearing pattern. Are you regularly reading and hearing? Then the long hearing produces absorption. Shruta samprati acharam. Like for example, if you have a prasadam plate, your hands are dry, plate is dry, you fill it up with, overflood with water and leave it. After some time you do like this, everything will come out. Sticky substances. But if you don't allow water to dwell, quickly try to wash a dry plate, it won't go away. So you need to allow it to absorb. Next.
Question 11. I heard from my seniors that earlier voice devotees were very dedicated to the services, sadhana, preaching, etc. But current generations are a little bit falling short and we have to adjust situations accordingly. Can you please share your opinion or thoughts on this, Prabhuji?
One thing is, Karnataka Prabhu is very compassionate, caring. He gives one-on-one time to each member who are resident of a voice. But when it comes to strictness, he is super strict also. As much as he is compassionate, equally, he is also very rigid and very strict. In what is strict? For example, one weekend they will do studies. 8 hours they will study. And the next weekend they will do Sankalp camp. Then third weekend again they will study. 8 hours. In those days, that's one of the reasons I used to appreciate our Sarvatma Prabhu. Sarvatma Prabhu's knack of, getting the study done is, he is very loving and caring on one hand. On the other hand, very firm schedules he makes and makes sure everybody studies well. And everybody's psychology is different. Some of you may have a habit of swallowing a lot in a short time, correct, no? And some of you like to study in small, small bits. And that is another style of studying like that. Somehow he has been making the devotees study nicely, and good marks have been coming since many, many years actually. But there are other study in charges I made in other places. They are super rigid and strict, and they make defaulters names and everything, and they take them to task. Sometimes I would tell them that if somebody is not filling up study chart, they can't be sent for preaching. That preaching opportunity should be given based on their studies. When you make a strict rule like that, then the people will take the studies seriously. Correct now. So somebody is not coming for morning chanting properly. For example, morning chanting, baith kar acha jab karo, no need to run to bring the boys. Huh? Because many times in the morning we go to bring the boys, correct or not? In many places. And due to that, our sadhana gets affected by that. So sometimes, the boys, what I am suggesting in some other centers nowadays, don't do call the boys for the morning. We can have an evening program for them specially. And just one senior can lead the evening program and you all can take turns and lead. Like one of you lead on Monday, another devotee leads on Tuesday, another devotee leads on Wednesday, and juniors are ready to come 4 5 days also. If you do it in the evening. But if you do in the morning, they are lazy to wake up because they sleep very late. So we begin with the evening. We call it Mangalarti only evening, but later on we shift it to morning. Because now they have got some strength by coming in the evening for some evening. Then we tell them Mangalarti is not supposed to be sung in the evening. Evening is Gaurarti. Then they will ask, when is Mangalarti? Now you come in the morning now. Huh? So once they have got some inspiration, then you can turn it to morning. Otherwise, what happens? You go to call in the morning, then your sadhana gets affected. So in this way, to save the sadhana of the senior devotees, at the same time to bring the junior devotees, you can try this type of thing. Yeah. Next.
Question 12. Almost all the devotees are very much lacking in daily or regular cleanliness. And the cleanliness department in charge has to run behind devotees, requesting them to clean areas. Devotees don't do daily cleaning. A culture has been developed to clean the voice when some guests come or some program is happening.
So guests have to regularly call them.
Devotees neglect cleanliness very much. How to deal with it, Prabhuji?
Yeah. So I think the brahmacharis who come here, they have to speak about it. Because one boy cannot push the other boys to keep things clean. It's difficult even to make brahmacharis keep clean. One time, Param Swami Maharaj gave a class on cleanliness. He said, according to Shastras, the brahmacharis in Kali Yuga are unclean in their dress, in their keeping their environment and everything. And all the Maharaj, all the brahmacharis nodding that, yes, correct. Our ashram is like that only. And then Maharaj said, but although Shastras say brahmacharis are unclean, you don't have to be unclean. He said, don't prove the Shastras. No. Shastras talk about tamagadi brahmacharis. Those are real brahmacharis, how they should be. They should be very clean. Wear clean dress, be clean shaved, keep the locker clean, your room clean and everything. Otherwise, how are we different from the college hostel? Correct, no? So, brahmachari should hear lectures of Maharaj and speak about it very strongly. So, I mean, earlier days for the Vaishnava etiquette, which I gave classes, they're very long classes, you know that? Long notes. One notes on cleanliness is 8 10 pages it is. So from that you can give multiple lectures now. If you take that and then take on certain aspects, because I have prepared it from various places. So I would suggest that brahmachari should insist on cleanliness, and they should also, when they come here, once in a week or so, supervise all the places and go and see, and then call the concerned devotee, point out, why is this like this, Prabhuji, change it. Because whenever you pay attention to something, then people are ready to rectify it. Otherwise, they don't. And they have some respect for sadhus. And sadhus say they will do it. Otherwise, the cleanliness department, one boy was telling me, Prabhuji, people don't clean. I told them that if you don't clean, I will clean. They said, that's even more wonderful. Huh? If you can clean for us, we are thankful to you. Thank you, they are saying. So they don't take the cleanliness in charge seriously. So better brahmacharis help here. Next.
Question 13. I don't feel the same love for Krishna as other devotees feel. That makes my chanting mechanical. What should I do?
Yeah. Actually, nobody can say they have a great love for Krishna. We have to begin the Shastra with the basic things like Ishvara Jiva Prakriti Kala Karma. Those 5 things explained in the Bhagavad Gita. So our initial understanding is how great Krishna is, that you have to understand first. Like he shows Vishwarupa Darshani, he shows in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Then he says, I am the cause of all causes, 7.4, 7.5. Then he says, I am the essence of everything, 7.7 to 7.12. He says, I am the essence of everything. In the 10th chapter, he says, I am the best of everything. So in this way, you hear about, Krishna being the cause of all causes, essence of everything. Then you read the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, 10.8 to 10.12, you can read that. Then you read 12.12 to 12.20, which is the qualities of devotee that Krishna adores. You can read that. Then read the last section of 9th chapter, some 7, 8 verses, where Krishna talks about the glories of devotional service. So these type of sections, when you read, you get an understanding of uh, Krishna's greatness, Krishna's kindness and compassion also you understand, correct? No? So over a period of time, the awareness and understanding should increase about Krishna as the master. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says our attraction to Krishna should be based on the understanding. He is my master, I am his servant, and he is a worshipable he is my worshipable master. Huh? And he is the Lord of all that be, and he is the owner of millions of universes. And when I serve him, I become happy. When I act independent of him, I suffer because alignment with him through the Shastras is actually glorious for the Jiva. This conviction only should arise in your heart. You are not expected to have any big love and all for Krishna. That's a very big word. Huh? You should have alignment with Krishna, knowing well that it's worthy to align with him. Huh? It is for my good. You begin with that. And then when you enter the Bhagavatam, canto by canto by canto, when you study, understanding of Krishna's Rasika Shekhara Krishna is Akhila Rasamrita Murti. And to recognize him as Akhila Rasamrita Murti, in our level we can do Krishna Arte Akhila Cheshta. All your Kaya, Vacha, Manasa Cheshtas Akhila Cheshta should be directed towards him, considering him your master. And then when you enter the 10th canto, demons in Vrindavan, Leela and all when you hear, then attraction will develop. So first you should hear this Bhagavad Gita very well, properly. So I would suggest, I did Gita Rahasam in 18 sittings, 18 lectures, one summary you will learn. And then Gita Amrita Bindu, I did 30 minutes, correct? No? Why did we do this thing? Similarly, Amogla Prabhu also has spoken like that. Many Gauranga Prabhu has also spoken like that. So many have spoken. Gauranga Darshan Prabhu has spoken. So many speakers have spoken. So take a speaker of your choice whom you like to hear from and finish the Bhagavad Gita hearing properly. Then you go to Bhagavatam, first canto, second canto, third canto, study very nicely. And then as you proceed, Bhagavatam also, if one thing is to read yourself, which is also all right. But if you hear the recordings, we have this Bhaktivedanta Raja Vidyalaya, where I have not given a whole Bhagavatam, but I have given many of the sections. So if you hear those sections, reading along with hearing makes it more easily understandable. Right? No? So in the same manner, I think in Desire Tree, Gauranga Darshan Prabhu has put the whole Bhagavatam, I think. It's available. So when you hear these kind of things along with reading, then your understanding is enhanced more. It's not just knowledge, it's also wisdom. Because people who have understood the subject explain to you. So in this way, love for Krishna is a gradually awakening thing. It's not an overnight thing. But if somebody says that I don't feel any attraction for Krishna at all, that means you really have some strong attraction for some woman. Otherwise, it's not possible. Because the jiva has attraction. If you are not attracted to Krishna, you are attracted to Maya. I can guarantee you. I can write a bond and give you. You definitely have alternative attraction. Go ahead.
Question 14. How to increase confidence level?
In what? That's important. Yeah. That is important. If you are asking about confidence, actually our confidence in Krishna is strong, then you develop confidence in every direction. For example, Prahlad Maharaj had full confidence in the Lord. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. He says that you will definitely protect me. Vishwasa Palan. So similarly, there is another verse. Shraddha Shabde Vishwasa Ko Hai Sudrida Nishchay. Krishna Kaile Sarva Karma. Karma Krita Hai. So that verse also says that if you have Drida Shraddha, actually many outside people teach you confidence in yourself. That's a cheating, bogus thing it is. You have to have confidence in the Lord, not in ourselves. Who are you to have so much confidence in yourself? You can't say next moment what is going to happen to our body or our property or anything like that. We should have confidence in the Lord, on whom we are leaning upon for every small thing. I can't breathe my every breath without leaning on His lotus feet. I am eating the grains that He has supplied me. I am getting the sunlight for my bodily warmth when He glances at me with His sun and moon eyes. I am getting the fruit juices and vegetables and everything supplied by Him. I am totally dependent on Him. How can I have confidence in myself? I should have confidence in Him. So the more I have confidence in Lord's shelter, and the more you become Vindas. Prabhupada gave the example of this crab, small baby crab. He went to catch it. Brahmananda couldn't catch because he went into the ocean. Prabhupada said he has taken shelter of the greatest ocean, so he's protected. Mameve prapadyante, mayame tam tarandite. Like Radha Gopinath was telling once, your father and son, they're walking together, and the son said, Papa, you walk on that walkway, and I'll walk on this walkway. Father asked, Papa, beta, why don't we go together? He said, no, I want to walk. So the son was watching the father and walking like this. They both were walking. Suddenly, the boy encountered one bulldog sitting in the sidewalk. So he saw the dog, he got, the bulldog also, like that he did. And the boy got frightened. Immediately he ran across the road. The bulldog also got up and started walking behind him. So when he caught hold of the father's hand, then he turned around and gave a kick to the dog. He said, get lost. Now he has no more fear of the dog. Why? Where did the confidence come? Huh? Because father is there. If dog tries to do something to me, my father will take care. He has a confidence in the father. Same confidence Prahlad had in Lord Vishnu. Hiranyakashipu was threatening. Prahlad has no fear because he has confidence in Supreme Father. Next.
Question 15. Many times we observe that we are unable to chant peacefully and attentively due to designing multiple things going on simultaneously.
Due to?
Designing.
Okay.
I think. Designing multiple things going on simultaneously, like that. We are occupied with those thoughts only. How to manage to chant attentively in such situations?
Yeah. So you need, for getting samadhi, you need to go from negative distractions to positive distractions. I'll show you just 1 minute. You can see this one. See, the negative distraction is what he's talking about, where the thoughts, dirty thoughts come, lusty thoughts come, greedy thoughts, envious thoughts, competitive thoughts, future achievements, what I will achieve, and the past worries. These are the things that occupy the mind. That is negative distraction, very blackish completely. Then the orangish portion is actually positive distractions. You think about, I'm cultivating this boy, he's not listening, how can I make him a good devotee? And today is Gudi Padwa day, new boys are going to come today. We want to give them a good experience. I will do this, I will do that, and I'll make some good item in the kitchen. I have to make sure that the cook properly cooks it. So many anxieties. And all are related to service for the Lord and the devotees, correct? No? That kind of positive distractions. And then that is also not very good. That is not as bad as the negative distractions, correct? No? It's better than negative, but that is also not that great. And the yellow zone which you enter, that is where is the Krishna conscious zone starts there. Where, for example, the loving exchanges of Krishna with his devotees, that is actually the inner circle where you see Radha Krishna couple, divine couple you see. But before that, you get the prayerful thoughts like Prahlada's prayers, Gajendra's prayers, Bhishma's prayers, and the prayers of Nagapatnis and things like that. So there is one whole bulky book published by Sarvasakshi Prabhu from Delhi on Bhagavatam prayers. Completely, it's available in our stall, also available. So you can have a book of prayers, and unless you read those prayers and the translations, if something touches your heart in those prayers, and those prayers will be like, once I read this Prahlada section, 7th canto. I spoke on the whole 7th canto, I spoke in my BVRV. So 1 to 10 chapters, if you see, So the 9th chapter is Prahlada's prayers. Such a thrilling, amazing prayers they are. So the mood of Prahlad and what he is speaking. So Prabhupada's purports and lectures are extraordinary. So if you take that section, in this way, when prayers arise, appreciation for the characters of Bhagavatam and prayers arise. So even during chanting, some sublime, these are called sublime thoughts. Sublime thoughts are spiritual thoughts relating to Lord, his devotee. You saw the gopuram of a temple, you saw the sanctum sanctorum of a temple, experience of the temple. Similarly, like yogi, as soon as he sits, what is the first thing he sees? He sees Mahavishnu's body, all the universes are coming out. In his samadhi, that's what is the first thing he sees. Then he sees Garbhodaksha Vishnu inside each universe. Then he sees Kshirodaksha Vishnu at the top in the milk ocean. And all devatas going to him and praying. Isn't it? And he sees different incarnations of the Lord. Then he sees Mahavishnu is coming from Goloka Vrindavana. Then his heart is going to Goloka. There he sees the divine couple standing there. And he sees Krishna with Yashoda playing pranks, Krishna with his covered boy. So these kind of thoughts come in Samadhi. This is called Leela Samadhi. Correct, no? Which is a very, very advanced stage. So we are beginning with Naam. But as we keep hearing, Prabhupada says the purer the heart becomes, the pure devotee becomes very innocent like a child. So how many of you observed small children are pretty innocent and their qualities which you see, they are much different from the grown-up people. You observed that? They don't feel any friend or enemy with anybody, correct, no? And they're very innocent also, very, very small children. They're friendly with everybody. So the pure devotee's heart is also like that. Because the pure devotee's heart is a suitable ambience in the heart of the pure devotee it actually very much resonates with Krishna's nature. That is why the resonance happens. Because Krishna's heart is like an innocent child. Pure devotee is also innocent. So the both of their hearts are matching. So they are able to feel that exchange of love. At the moment, our heart has many things which are improper. So we are unable to resonate with that nature of Krishna. You tune to that frequency, then only you can experience pure vibrations. That will take some time. So one should not get discouraged. You go from negative distraction to positive, then positive to prayerful mode. If you hear, there is one recording called as Vandanam, if you put in the YouTube, Radheshyamdas, you will get 3 lectures, prayers, how to offer. But that is about body, mind and heart, based on the book, that living name, book of Satyananda Maharaj, I spoke that. So there I am telling you how to gradually go from the outer circle to inner circle. That's the main thing I am explaining there. So that will take some time to explain, but if you hear it, it will be clear for you. Thank you. Yes.
It's
Getting
it's
late.
already 7:55.
So I actually also realized that today His Grace Sundar Gopal Prabhu is giving Bhagavatam in the temple. I wanted to attend that also because he's my good friend and I have been calling him to Pune. He's coming and giving Bhagavatam today. It will be nice if I can quickly leave now.
Yes, Prabhu.
And I can go and join that. If I leave now, I'll reach by 8:15, 8:20, I think. Right?
I will reach.
Yeah. So how many questions I finished now?
Now 15 are done, Roji.
13 are done. How many more are pending?
More than around 30.
30 are pending?
Around 28.
Is it? Okay. Okay. I think this will be helpful for other voice centers also, I think.
And this is actually even many of the devotees, those who are not here, they're hearing online also.
Okay.
Even many of the senior devotees have come here, those who have passed out from voice, because they wanted to hear these sections. So we'll continue with this project till the time it continues. Whenever next time, we'll schedule as per your this thing.
Yeah. Shilpa Parki.
Hare Krishna. So we'd like to thank